warned everyone to stay back because the dog at the end of the kennel had already broken 3 leashes, snapped at 4 handlers, and earned a red label that meant only one thing: time was running out. But the girl in the wheelchair kept moving forward anyway, her small hands resting calmly on her lap as if she hadn't heard a single word of fear spoken around her. The shelter was loud with barking, metal doors slamming, and nervous whispers. Yet the moment she stopped in front of that cage, something strange happened because the dog who had been roaring moments ago went quiet, his massive body frozen, his scarred face locked under her eyes as if he recognized a pain that matched his own. This dog wasn't born aggressive. He was made that way by chains, neglect, and a past nobody bothered to understand. And now he stood there trembling, caught between instinct and something dangerously unfamiliar. Hope. The girl had been paralyzed since an accident that stole movement from her legs and changed the way the world looked at her, but it never took her voice, her empathy, or her ability to feel what others tried to hide. And as she slowly raised her hand toward the cage, the adults held their breath, certain they were about to witness another disaster. Instead, the dog stepped closer, pressing his broad head against the bars, his breathing heavy, his eyes wet, his anger dissolving into confusion, then into surrender. Her fingers slipped through the cold metal, brushing his fur for the first time, and the dog flinched, not with rage, but with fear, because kindness was something he didn't know how to fight. And as she rested her palm against his cheek, her voice broke the silence with a soft sentence that shattered everyone watching. "It's okay. You don't have to be strong anymore." What followed didn't look dramatic at first, but it changed everything because the dog slowly lowered himself to the floor, a full-grown, labeled, dangerous animal lying down in front of a child who couldn't even stand, his head resting exactly where her hand could reach, as if he had finally found a place where he was allowed to be weak. Tears started falling, not just from the girl whose smile trembled with relief, but from the staff who had only ever seen this dog as a problem, never as a survivor. The girl's mother watched from behind, her hands gripping the wheelchair handles, realizing that her daughter, who needed help every single day, had just given something priceless to a creature everyone else had already given up on. Minutes passed, then more, and the dog never moved away, not once, even when the door was opened cautiously, even when a leash was offered because for the first time in his life, he trusted what was in front of him. That day, the shelter's most aggressive dog wasn't put down. He was adopted not because he suddenly became perfect, but because a paralyzed girl showed the world that broken doesn't mean dangerous, and silence doesn't mean empty, and sometimes the ones who can't run are the only ones brave enough to stop and truly see what's hurting. And as the girl was wheeled out, the dog walked beside her calmly, his head low, his tail slow, and every single person there understood they had just witnessed something rare. The exact moment when 2 lives, both dismissed as too difficult, saved each other without saying another word.